As you can see, there's a small stream that flows through the Springbrook Prairie. And if you notice, the elevation around the stream really kind of changes reasonably significantly, all right? This is part of that stream remeandering project, all right? So if you notice, the area around the stream is a lot lower than some of the more upland areas, all right? So you can see the cars going by on Book Road are a lot higher than the stream. And that's because the stream has surrounding it a floodplain. The floodplain serves an important ecological function, all right? Not only does it provide the topography necessary for a different ecological community, all right, namely a riparian community, a community that is influenced by frequent flooding and more persistent levels of hydration in the soil, especially compared to the upland prairie that's a little closer to the road. The floodplain also serves the important purpose of retaining floodwaters during high precipitation events. So whenever it floods a lot in the spring, it's not uncommon for a stream with natural meanders and a natural floodplain to overflow its banks into those low-lying floodplain areas. Typically in a natural setting, the plants that live in those low-lying areas and the animals that might live in those low-lying areas are adapted to those sort of frequent flooding events, all right? And their adaptations and their life patterns sort of reflect that, which is different than the upland creatures, the plants that habitate in those upland areas. By remeandering the stream, all right, the managers at Springbrook Prairie have made it possible for this natural area to provide the ecosystem service of mitigating floodwaters, all right? So providing storm water retention and groundwater recharge. These are important ecological benefits, all right? In a stream that is primarily channelized, the capacity of that stream to handle large sudden inflows of water is reduced compared to a meandering stream like this one. The floodplain around this stream is a lot wider than a channelized stream would be, meaning that in those high capacity flooding events, there's a lot more space for the water to go. And this is an area where whenever it is flooded, doesn't necessarily have adverse effects to, you know, homes, businesses, things like that. So if you get floodwater in your basement, that can be a very expensive and damaging event. And most people don't always make the connection that having mitigated areas in their communities allows for that floodwater to flow more efficiently to areas like this that sort of act like sponges. All right, so these areas can hold floodwater in high precipitation events and help direct floodwater, sort of capture floodwater and allow it to flow through the stormwater system more efficiently, eventually creating an opportunity for it not to end up in your basement. So this remeandering project, you can see, if you can kind of tell, I'll see if I can zoom in here. You can even tell by the way that the light reflects off the stream that there are variations in the flow pattern within this small stream. So there's some areas where there are little riffles of kind of small rapids. That's a very different community for the invertebrates that live within the stream, the fish that live within the stream, than say the slower, still portions of the stream, or I shouldn't say still, but slower moving, smoother portions of the stream. So a remeandered stream has a wider variety of habitats even within that stream ecosystem. And some fish